Good morning. It's Thursday, June 5th. Thanks so much for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. I'm Sade Campbell. I serve as the Enrollment Communications and Social Media Manager here at HCC. Pleased to be joined by my co-host, Ms. Linda Davis, who serves as the Office Manager for HCC Northeast College Operations. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, sunshine. I like the yellow. You're giving me summer.
And a red lip is my aesthetic, so I love that on you too. We're kicking off summer. We have some guests. We have some summer registration fairs. We have a summer event that is well looked forward to in Houston. So for those that may need to catch a playback or share this with someone, how can they find us?
We're live on Houston Community College's district Facebook page, not HCC, and YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and HCCTV at noon, 5 and 10, Monday through Friday.
All right, thanks for that, Linda. Well, today, like it is every Thursday here on Up to the Minute, it is Family Fun Day, and we're welcoming back the folks who host ComicPalooza, which will hit Houston later this month. Want to welcome back to the show Norma Diaz, who serves as the Director of Strategic Support and Communications for Houston First, host of ComicPalooza. Good morning, Norma.
Hi, good morning.
All right, you know what? You missed doing your big one. I needed to see some type of costume, something in the background, but I know you got some great pics and previews of the event.
I'm leaving it for the weekend.
Got to save a little bit for them. All right, you and Linda are going to have a conversation in just a sec, but first, we're spotlighting HCC's online college and its upcoming registration fairs. Want to welcome to the show Iris Royal, who serves as a student recruiter for HCC's online college. Welcome to the show, Iris.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me.
So happy to have you on the show and talk about what online college is doing to help our students prepare for fall. Now, fall may seem like it's far away. It's like, oh, I have time. I have a couple weeks. No. You seeing this now. That meant you were supposed to do something about it now.
That's correct.
And so our recruitment team is really active this season, especially to reduce what we like to call summer melt, that time between high school graduation and fall starting. There's a lot of time where they can kind of melt into the oblivion and not do what they said they were going to do when they walked across that stage in high school. So yeah. You have been in recruitment for a while. So I want to kick things off because I think it matters for people to understand more about their recruitment team and what you all are here to do to help. So tell us a little bit about your journey to recruitment and what you like about it and what led you to join HCC's recruitment team.
Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I've been here at HCC for 2 years. My background was a college mathematics professor, been doing that for many, many years, but didn't want to leave education. When I was ready to leave the classroom, I still liked the education setting. This position gives me the opportunity to help students see the benefit of college, help them get to college and through college, and hopefully to get graduation. So I get to interact with students, but at least show them a different, better way that, college is the way to have a better life and to secure a very good job to feed your family.
And I love that you have that instructional background. I didn't know that about you because I think a lot of students, when they're trying to make a decision around what class do I take, what should I expect, it would help. You could pull from that instructional background from all those years in the classroom.
Yes, absolutely. And also help them feel comfortable. Sometimes students feel like they're not at the top of their game in certain subjects, and it's okay to take those lower level classes. Because the thing I try to help people understand is that HCC wants each student to be successful. So if you're not ready to jump into college algebra, let's go ahead and take those lower level classes to get you prepared. Then you're ready to take the classes that you need and you can go on and graduate successfully.
Yeah, and I always say HCC is a place to start over, start fresh, right? So for a lot of people who are coming to HCC, it's been a while since they've been in school. So to your point, look at it as a refresher.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree.
And for online college, so this has been a thing. I'm sure when students are making a decision about, can I do this? They consider a couple things. What am I going to study? how am I going to pay for it, and how am I going to fit it in my schedule? And that's where online college comes in. So why do you think being able to take all of your courses online has been a game changer for students?
Yeah, it's definitely a game changer, especially for a lot of our students are either empty nesters or later in life deciding to come back to college to finish that degree. Or it could be the high school student, the young person where they have to work to feed their families or themselves. And coming to a college during the day is just not flexible for their work schedule. Or even those people that work second and third shift, they're sleeping during the early morning. So they need that flexibility to be able to take a class when they can, do the homework when they can, not on a certain schedule, but they can fit it into their own daily life schedule.
And one thing you said I want to lean into. So we have two types of online options, right? We have what you were describing, which we call online anytime, where you are doing this on your schedule. You're looking at the material and you're pacing yourself. But we also have another option called online on a schedule.
Right, exactly. And so what that looks like is you log into a class setting at a specific time. And a lot of time it's still flexible. It's either morning, afternoon, or evening. And if you have that flexibility, well, I can watch this class during my lunch break, watch the class, and it's still online anytime. And then you have that anytime to complete your assignments, do the homework, or whatever's required. So yes, it's two types. You can watch it online 100% anytime that you're available, or you log into where a specific time to watch a classroom instructor who's actually there teaching.
Yeah, and the flexibility in the classroom also requires flexibility in our support systems. And we've done a lot of work at the institution to make sure that students that need to access virtual support are able to do so. So what can online students thinking about coming to school online expect from the support systems available?
Oh, there's tons of support, and it's everything that you can see face to face by going to a nearest campus. You can get online. We have tutoring online, 24 hours, 7 days a week, even on breaks and holidays. We have counseling services that's available online. You have advising that's available online. You have enrollment that's available online. Everything that you can do walking into a campus, you can do online. And that gives you that flexibility because, like I said, a lot of people still work that 9 to 5 or 3 to midnight, and they can't just drive to a campus to take care of those things. But if you can log on right quick, talk to someone for about 10 minutes in between your day, that gives the flexibility and accessibility to a college education.
Yes, absolutely. And you've taken this a step further at the online college. So of course we have our normal business hours, right? Where you can come in, drop in, get that support virtually. But we also have our registration fairs, which many are I'm looking at the registration numbers on the back end, and I'm seeing it's one of our more popular offerings for students to be able to come to a registration event online and get that support to take the next step.
Yeah, we started this week. It's actually from June 3rd to August 12th. We have 14 online information sessions, and we offer them different times of the day. So it's at 10 a.m., 12 noon, or 2 p.m., one each day. I think it's 2 to 3 a week. So it depends on, we wanted it flexible so people can find their time that fits their schedule. And it also gives us an opportunity to talk about the One Now program, which is a 100% online associate's degree that students can get within 2 years. So it doesn't matter if you're coming back to college or if you're starting over. What's unique about this program is that you take one class every 5 weeks. So if you're that student like I was, juggling 3 or 4 classes a semester, sometimes that gets hard because you're going to lean toward the classes that you're great at, and you're going to shy away from the classes that you have challenging. So each class, you still take the 3 classes a semester, but you do one at a time, 5 weeks. And then once that class ends, you start another one. So it's an opportunity to get that program out. We're starting the second cohort this fall, but students didn't know about it. So we've had a lot of questions about it and how to get started. And basically you just, call our office and we get you enrolled in classes. If you've taken classes already that are part of the degree, it's okay. You don't have to take them again. You just start wherever you need to finish that degree in and there's 3 areas: multidisciplinary, which is general studies, business, or teaching. So it's those 3 areas right now. You can get those associate guaranteed in two years.
And I love that. So and to your point, so a lot of times when you think about, hey, I have to go back to school, and you think about every step you have to take at once, it becomes too much. And a lot of what you're doing as a recruiter is like, let me help you take that first step. Let me help you take where to get started. So we've run out of time, and I need to wrap up. So I want to make sure people didn't miss a good place to get started are those registration fairs. So tell us, I think you said you have 14, and what time, how many, what are all the offerings that are happening this summer?
From June 3rd to August 12th, we have 14 of them, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. You can send an email to me at iris.royal@hcc.edu, and we can send you the link to register. They last about 30 minutes of your time. And we also have a Q&A, so you can actually ask questions and get real-time help from myself and my associate.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We've been talking to Iris Rural, who serves as a student recruiter for HCC's online college. We'll have information posted after the show on how to connect with her at the next registration fair. Thanks so much for joining us, Iris.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And after a commercial break, Linda will be back to talk to our Thursday Family Fun Day guests.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Welcome back, and moving on to Norma Diaz, Strategic Support and Communications Director for Houston First, which is hosting ComicPalooza. Welcome to the show, Norma. I hear this is your first time on the show, and this is my first time co-hosting ComicPalooza. So we're going to take this first and have a little fun.
Yeah. Well, happy first.
Look, we're going to get started with some general information. The when and where of it all.
Yes. So ComicPalooza is June 20th to the 22nd at the George R. Brown Convention Center.
Well, now I hear that there are some pretty wild guests at the ComicPalooza, and I kind of did a little snooping, and I was going like, maybe I could go and be incognito and nobody would know this girl at a ComicPalooza. What you think?
Right? Yeah. Yeah, we can get you in for sure. Every year we bring different guests. This year our headliner is Darth Vader himself, Hayden Christensen.
Oh, wow.
We also have some other Star Wars members.
Well, before we get into that, tell us about us newbies or those that have never been to a ComicPalooza. Tell us about the First Timers Guide.
Okay, so we put this together in mind for anyone that's to your point, if anyone's new, feeling a little bit nervous about going to ComicPalooza and kind of need a guide to reference to. This one's going to get you equipped with all the information you need to know about the show, the happenings, the best tickets to purchase based on the experience you want to have, and also some little tips and tricks. One of them being to wear comfortable shoes, because the George R. Brown is, of course, very massive, and we do take up all 3 floors of the George R. Brown Convention Center. So internally with my team, I always have a competition on who gets the most steps each day. So it's a lot of walking.
Well, I would definitely need some comfortable shoes. But now you want everyone to know that this is a family-friendly event. How so?
Yes, so we are a family-friendly pop culture convention. So basically, Most of the things that you see at ComicPalooza are family friendly, from the exhibitors selling some of the Funko Pops. We have comic book dealers, but then we also have some special attractions. So we have the Atasha Showdown, like anime and pop culture wrapped cards. But then for families that are looking for kid-specific, kid-centric programming, we have the Kidtopia area, which is presented by Kroger. And so we have everything from some chef demonstrations, getting the kids ready and equipped to make some summer-friendly snacks. And then we also have some like fun activities like family-friendly trivia nights, and then the kids cosplay contest as well.
I love that name, Kidtopia.
Yes, it's such a fun name.
But since we're a college and a lot of our students are adults, what are other activity events that you have for the grown-ups?
Yes, so we actually have daily events. So on Friday, we have our Friday night bash. So anyone that's looking for a fun themed party night, this year it's going to be a throwback to the millennium. So think Y2K, music. Everybody's encouraged to either cosplay or dress up, but you can come as you are, of course. And then on Saturday, we have our Saturday night rave. And then both of which are really, really fun. Beyond that, we have entertainment like celebrity karaoke. We also have a lot of late night programming for adults to enjoy. But like I said, throughout the show floor, we also have a lot of things and activities happening that are not only for the kids, but also for the adults as well. We have wrestling all weekend, full steel combat, nights are going to be dueling. So it's a lot of fun.
And you mentioned earlier the Itzia Showdown. What is that?
Atasha Showdown. So this one's really fun. It's around 70 to 80 cars that are lined up on the show floor. They're anime or pop culture wrapped cars. So you'll see everything from Naruto themed cars to Superman to a Joker themed car. And then each year the team has like a big reveal of a car as well. Last year we introduced some lowrider bikes as well, which are really neat to see and kind of appreciate the art of it. So yeah, that's what the Atasha Showdown is. It's one that's always a fan favorite, especially for newbies as well.
Well, it sounds like a hoot to go and check it all out. All of our automotive students and those automotive lovers that we have here at HCC would love that.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Now, you mentioned that we have some celebrities coming to town.
We do. We have a few. As I mentioned, Hayden Christensen, who plays Darth Vader, and then we also have Ming-Na Wen and Tamara Morrison of the Book of Boba Fett. We also have Dragon Ball Z, any anime fans. We have Sean Schemmel, who will be returning to ComicPalooza as well. The cast of Resident Alien is also going to be there, including Alan Tudyk, Corey Reynolds, Sarah Tomoko, and Alice Wetterland. So we have a good bunch of celebrity lineups that kind of touch on various fandoms.
So who are you looking most forward to see?
Ooh, that's such a tricky question because I get so excited by everyone, but I have to say, when I saw the announcements for Hayden Christensen, I was like, oh my gosh, kind of fangirled a little.
Right. Well, I tell you what, if I were to go, this girl,
Yeah.
and you see me with a lime green wig, just keep moving that way.
Okay.
Well, I'm really excited to hear about all the great things that are going on. All of the stars are going to be there, and the K-pop stuff. You know, I'm new to this genre. I have a son. He's 19, 20, so I'm trying to learn. I'm on the struggle, but this really sounds like a very fun show for the family. And they have Kidtopia. Anything
Yeah.
else you would like to add before we wrap?
Well, for you, for K-pop, if you're interested, we're gonna have some demonstrations throughout the weekend. So if you want to come, kind of polish up your K-pop dance, and then head over to the bash, and then we can dance.
Okay, now I used to be a majorette back in 19. So I do like to dance with the
Yeah.
green wig, the old lady in the green wig. That'd be me.
Let's do it.
But thank you so much for the encouragement, and thank you so much for being on the show. Norma Diaz, Director of Strategic Support and Communications for Houston First, host of the ComicPalooza. We'll have information in the post after the show. Lime green wig, don't miss it. We'll be back after a quick commercial break. Sade and I will return with some hot news and announcements. Don't go anywhere.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
All right, welcome back. We're going to wrap things out like we always do here on Up to the Minute with news and announcements happening across HCC and in our communities. Want to kick things off with a mindfulness event, which is a perfect way to kick off summer. It'll be happening at our Southeast campus with HCC Rec Sports and Student Life, offering a peaceful reset with light yoga, guided breathing techniques, and wellness tips designed to refresh your body and mind inside and out. It'll be happening Mondays, June 9th and 23rd from noon to 12:30 p.m. So a quick 30 minutes to just inhale and exhale in the HCC East Side Student Life Center foyer. Details will be posted after the show so you can join in.
Virtual Book Club, Climate Change, HCC Northeast, where I live, and Southeast College libraries have come together to offer a summer 2025 virtual book club for students, staff, and faculty. Registration and discussions are online for the book Afterglow, Climate Fiction for Future Ancestors, the anthology of short science fiction stories. The registration opens through Monday, June 9th. Check out the post after the show for more information.
All right, well, scholarships are available. Mark your calendars June 15th for scholarships that will be awarded starting this fall. The HCC Foundation Scholarship application will open on June 15th, and over $1 million in scholarships are available to students. So don't miss out on your opportunity to apply for the 2025-2026 academic year. Check details posted after the show, and don't be stingy. Share it with a friend.
Pep time, deadline late June. The year-end review process for the 2024 through 2025, you must have your PEP documents acknowledged by June. For additional information, visit My HCC for step-by-step instructions, or you can contact your Talent Relations Senior Partner. The deadline is June 30th. 10-month full-time faculty and full-time faculty and staff. Check out the post after the show for more information.
All right. Well, the announcement says that hurricane season is upon us. I'd like to use my urban vernacular to say it was up on us yesterday. Linda, the ride home.
Oh my goodness. I was going like, am I going to have to be like Noah in the ark and float home?
Like some people said, listen, I'm going to just leave the car on the street because at this point, listen, it is on us and it is on and it would behoove all of us to be prepared. And My HCC is home for more than 60 emergency preparation and training videos. So the ones you thought you didn't need that you probably needed yesterday, you need to go ahead and tune in. These are for faculty, staff, and student videos available in multiple languages. So scroll down to HCC alerts, center point outages, and National Hurricane Center information and more. Check your email for our staff from the Staff Senate sent out to learn more about how to take advantage of these resources.
Fall registration has opened, and using Shardae's urban vernacular, it is upon us. It is time to be thinking about fall classes, or you still have time to look into summer courses to help you stay on track. HCC classes are still offered in a variety of programs, semester lengths, and range of modalities, including online anytime, thank you, Ms. Iris Royal, online on a schedule, hybrid, both face-to-face and partially virtual, in-person, and hybrid labs. To learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, you know where to find us at hccs.edu/apply.
We're looking ahead later. We will talk on Friday with Open Educational Resources for our Open Educational Resources team, and that means free and low-cost books for our students. So tune in for that. Looking ahead, and on Film Friday, we'll welcome back the folks from River Oaks Theater to celebrate 50 years of live performances during the midnight showings of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Want to thank so much for joining us on this edition of Up to the Minute. We'll see you next time.